Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, just so that we're straight on this, if you're expecting to hear some virtuoso playing on the guitar, I'd better get that out of the window straight away. I'm not yet a guitarist. I am an aspiring and very, very early aspiring. But if you saw the other guitar, loosely described as a guitar video, if you saw that, you'll see that this is a beginner wannabe guitar. I'm a wannabe guitar player, in that I do want to be a guitar player, but I don't make any claims to be able to do it. Okay, I'm a trombone player, and one of the, look at this disgustingly filthy, look at that filthy case. It's got so many there. Now I do have a strap that I got. Now this is actually it's actually a very nice trombone. Very nice. Sorry, it's actually a very nice guitar. Now, it's been stood there for I don't know how long. Now, it's not in tune, obviously, and these strings are now so crappy that I really feel that it needs to have new strings on. That's as much as I know about this. Now, when I bought this, I think I paid 5,000. Now, I know that a lot of the points of quality, it's a Thompson, for those of you who may know. I don't know how, I really don't know how esteemed Mr. Thompson is in the art of making a guitar, but this, I'm looking at it, when I went in and bought this, I looked at it purely as an artist would look at a piece of art, and actually it is a very nice looking guitar. Now I welcome, and you don't have to love the guitar and say, Terence, you did a great thing in buying that guitar. You can give me your opinion, but it is a very nice looking guitar. And it's signed on the inside, Thompson. Let me see. TS4010. TS4010. So I'm imagining that the T is for Thompson, and then the rest is for what? Well, as far as I know, it is okay. Now, my resident demolition expert, Beth, has had her hands on this guitar, and that little bridge there doesn't look to be in terrific shape. Looks like it's been bashed a little, and Taliban is hopeless for getting anything. We do have a music shop there, but the music shop, it says, we are open, you just need to text us and we'll come straight away. It didn't work out too well in practice, but I did text him and asked him about new strings. Yes, we can get, yes, we have new strings. And then that was the last I heard from him. So that never happened, so I never got anything else. I really should make a case for this, and I probably will. This is, I guess this is, you would call this a semi-acoustic, but it is actually set up to be amplified. And I do have everything that I need. Actually, this is really unusual. It's got more on it than I even know about. Now I know that one, let me see, who was it? think it was a subscriber whose username was Crazy Horse, and if I remember rightly, Crazy Horse was talking about setting up a tuition website, or should I say channel, and he was going to teach guitar. In fact, I said to him, well, when you come on, you can teach me the guitar. That was even back then, last year. Now this has this little series of controls here, which obviously you can use to change the sound that you're producing. But it also has enough for a USB port as well. So that will be something to look at later, and if possible I probably will change these machine heads, because I know that much of the quality of the guitar can be spoiled by not having quality machine heads. So I need probably new machine heads. I did have one of the bands that I had in the UK was on Oxford Street, and I had the band at what was then the Rheingold Club, and the Rheingold was owned by a German, two German gentlemen, and one of them, let me see, what was his name? Henry Seisel, and Henry Seisel was the owner of a racehorse that was very, very successful back then, talking, let me see, around 1980s. Yes, I'm that old. 1980s, there was a racehorse. All of you people who are into that kind of thing will be able to research this very easily. But there was a man, and Henry Seisel was the man who owned the club, and Kurt Muller was the other gentleman. Kurt Muller was a small, intense man who was not really into music. Henry was the more gregarious gentleman, a handsome, charming man, and he actually owned the club, and he owned the Rheingold, the horse, which he named the club after, and the club was a very good place to be. Well, getting to the point of this little part of the story, one of the bass players that I had, who later became a very good friend, but he wasn't really meant to be a professional musician, and he had an adequate guitar that actually, had it had good machine heads, it would even have stayed in tune. But he was the bass player, and his guitar would, over a period of time, maybe 30 or 40 minutes, which is not quite the duration of a set, it would start to go out of tune. The machine heads could not hold the pressure and the pull of the string, which that's their job. You want the string to sound higher, then you tighten it, and it tightens the string. So the pressure on the key on this machine head is great, and it needs to be good quality. Well, he wasn't able to hold on to that job because he was working for a travel agency, dear chap, a very fine man, a great gentleman and family man, and he began to work part-time for an employment agency, and he began to do very well with that, and so he was no longer with the band. That's how I know that the machine heads are very important, even that the guitar is as beautiful as you might want, and I'm looking, and this looks like a very finely made guitar. Plus, this has been just stored for for almost as long as I've been married to Beth, which is coming up for 7 years. So this is at least 6 years old, and there's no sign of cracking, no sign of anything giving way. I think that to my eye, the bridge, looking at it as a carpenter, say, looks really very good, and it does sound fine, and you don't have to have an electronic additions on it. But when I bought this, it wasn't until much later that I realized that they hadn't given me the connecting cable that would go from here to wherever it goes to. So the next time that I'm in Cebu, I probably will go down to that place where they make the guitars, if they're still open, if anywhere is still open, and talk to them about that cable and whatever else I need to be able to amplify it. Because I do have a little amp which I have over there, and which will more than adequately do what I need. So, thanks for looking in. I'm going to do my strings. Here I am, got my new strings, which I'm going to try to, in my cack-handed way, to put on the guitar. Thank you for looking in, and you will be able to see me blundering around with fingers like bananas on this guitar in time. Don't hold your breath. Bye for now.